need to know, the who to know, and the how the hell do we do it all. Now, here are your hosts, Lisa Lidvag and Angela Sandler.
Well, hello, St. Louis.
Good morning.
Good morning, Angela. Are you answering for St. Louis today?
Oh, maybe.
Or
I don't know.
Or Angelina.
Angelia.
Yes, fun times, private jokes around my spelling and misspelling of things that I sent to Angela. So
it's okay. I knew who it was.
And who was going to. Oh my Lord.
I would have been more confused if I showed up here and it was a random name. I would have been like, am I supposed to be here or not?
No, you're always supposed to be here, girl. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you ready for today?
I don't know.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay.
It's like this weird,
I know.
like anticipation and anxiety kind of beating in my chest.
100%.
Yeah.
So for our
excited.
listeners, this is a big day for Angela and I. We own another business, or actually, you guys know, we own two businesses. We own our marketing firm, which is Explore Marketing. And we also own a magazine that comes out once a year called the Scout Guide St. Louis. And today is our big launch.
It comes out today.
Volume
8.
Yes. So it's one of those things that I don't know that anybody else cares except us around the color.
Right.
But somebody last night actually was like, you have to tell me the color. I can't go into this
Really?
not knowing the color. I need to know what the color is.
Wow.
And I'm like,
did you tell?
No, heck
okay,
no.
good.
I
good,
said,
good.
Angela will behead me. It will be a bad thing if I tell you the color. So I'm like, I will not be telling the color.
I'm pretty excited about the color.
Yeah.
I think it's
really
great.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
so stay tuned.
Pretty,
stay tuned to the Scout Guide socials so you can see it tomorrow or tonight, actually.
Tonight.
Yeah.
So it's a busy day for us. But we always have these great segues because one of the things that I've struggled with all week is sleep, anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a bundle of nerves.
Yep.
Because beyond this, we have a couple other projects that literally just hit this weekend and after. So it is, we're working on a fashion show and literally I can't even form a sentence right now.
Right. There's just a lot of irons in the fire right now.
Yeah.
But it always ends up like this around this time of year. I know, but you just kind of forget after a while. So,
and I know that these are look, first world problems. Being busy at work is a good thing. However, if you're a person like me that forgets about self-care during that time, it can kind of bundle up on you. And the person that we have today, our guest today, our secret guest, has really kind of seen that need for females, and she's answered it in a really unique way. And I'm super excited because I'm a big fan of not only the product, but the person. And we've known her for a few years now.
Yes.
And she's a local St. Louis gal who I'm going to let Angela introduce now.
Yes, we're very excited to have Jenny Dembiec today.
Woo-hoo!
Here from RX Commend,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm always nervous I'm saying it wrong.
Did
I say it wrong?
I am so glad you asked, just because so many people say it so many different ways, and it's fine any way you say it, but I actually pronounce it recommend. But it's spelled RXCOMMEND. We spelled it RX. Yeah, recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recommend.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
I use your
gosh,
products.
no.
I just
hey,
never
as
know
long
how
as
to
people are
pronounce
saying
it.
the name any way they want, I'm happy.
Right? Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
Well, Jenny is the perfect mix of women's entrepreneurial spirit. She's so passionate about what she does. We just did an event with her a couple weeks ago, and it's just so always has the best smile on her face and is so passionate about everything she does. And we're so excited just to unpack it all and learn about the why and how you got started and how things are just naturally happening.
Well, you guys are so sweet for having me here. I'm really excited to be here. I love what you guys are doing with this podcast.
Thank you.
Love the support you've given the female entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
And I do have my amazing black covered Scout Guide on my coffee table. That is always out.
Yes.
I mean, I've had the purple and the pink. So anyway, I'm really excited to see what the color is.
We're so glad. Well, you're a former Scout Guide member.
Yes.
And that's where we really got to meet you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, Recommend is a CBD product. And this is not for the weak of heart. This product, launching a CBD product, I mean, the product is amazing. First of all, well done. We've been using the roll-on all week because my son pulled a muscle and he's like, I need it. But it is an amazing product, but bringing a CBD product to market is, again, not for the weak at heart.
Yes. There continues to be many challenges when it comes to the CBD industry and the restrictions and the regulations. But what all those challenges really meant for me is stay on the mission.
Yeah.
You know, those challenges, it makes it difficult. And I am always prepared to face the challenge just because I think it's such an incredible product.
Yeah.
And it can help a lot of people. And I named it Recommend just because I feel like CBD should be a more recommended treatment option for people.
Agree.
You know, it's kind of a trend, but I feel like it should be more incorporated into the mainstream
your wellness
health
program.
Yeah.
Your complete program.
Mhm.
It's no, and forgive me if this is, I hope this isn't offensive, but it's no different than melatonin. You know, in my mind, it's like, why is it that CBD, in your opinion, why is it that CBD gets such a bad rap?
You know, it's pretty closely tied with THC, but they're so different. They're almost like cousins.
Yeah, let's unpack that because I want our listeners to really understand the difference between a CBD product versus a THC product, because I really think that that's part of
100%
the bigger issue here. Is
Absolutely.
that there's a lot of misinformation out there.
That's a huge challenge when it comes to running and a CBD company is the misinformation. But the differences between CBD and THC are quite vast. And it's really important to know the difference. And I'm coming from the standpoint of my products, which are very pure, which come from industrial, registered, certified hemp, really, really high standard sourcing.
Right.
There's a wide variety of CBD products out there. But my products come from a very, very amazing source, and it comes from the hemp plant. So CBD typically comes from the hemp plant. And the hemp plant is different from the marijuana plant. So the marijuana plant is high in THC and low in CBD, even though you can extract CBD from the marijuana plant. My products come from the hemp plant, and the hemp plant is very high and abundant in CBD, but very low in THC. So you can find CBD products out there that have traces of THC. Mine do not. And actually, you really have to be careful what you take, because some CBD companies will claim that there's no THC, but actually there are little traces of it. So you have to be really, really careful.
Right.
So CBD comes from the hemp plant, which is the cousin plant to the marijuana plant.
Got it.
So
Got it.
yeah.
It's interesting. How did they get related in that way? Because if you think about it, if they're cousins, I mean, you could say the same thing about a
rose and a tiny rose.
Yeah,
right.
Like
a
carnation.
Carnation rose, a rose and Rosa Sharon. Like they're all kind of derivatives of the main plant. What is the main plant then?
The hemp plant.
Hemp is
the
the
hemp
main,
plant,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And I like to make it very clear with my products, there's no high.
Yeah.
So, some people are afraid to take CBD because they're afraid that they might feel a little altered or can't drive a car or can't concentrate on their work. That's just not the case.
No,
with
it's not.
CBD.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me. You see THC everywhere, but there are so many restrictions for CBD. It's very difficult to kind of advertise CBD. It was difficult to find a bank to approve my CBD business account.
Wow. Well, so let's go back. I really kind of want to unpack your why, because I think it's important for our listeners to understand why Jenny felt the need to develop this product.
You know, it's really a deep personal health journey. I was a mom of 2 boys. I was, you know, living well, feeling well. And then all of a sudden, it really hit me like a ton of bricks. I became very ill. And I knew something was wrong when previously, you know, we had Peloton bike and I was hitting personal records every time I was getting on. But there was a moment where I could hardly get out of bed. I needed to take a nap every day. I felt so guilty being the mom that I was because I was doing the bare minimum and just like going back to bed. It was like I was walking through mud. And there was a moment where I was like, gosh, I got to get myself out of bed. I've got to get on a Peloton bike. And I couldn't even pedal. I couldn't even do one stroke. And I started crying. I was like, something is wrong. What is going on? This is so not me. You know, I've always been active and I was an athlete growing up. Like, what is going on? To make a long story short, through a lot of doctors' appointments, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease. Do you have a Hashimoto's?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I know the fatigue that you're talking about.
And on top of that, I was diagnosed with lupus.
Oh.
And it was it was the muscle soreness from lupus that was almost debilitating. And you know, I have great doctors. I have an amazing endocrinologist, amazing rheumatologist. I was taking all my meds, but something was still wrong. I know my body. You know, something was still wrong. So I started researching CBD. And I found very quickly that there's a wide variety of purity and quality. And I was so, it was very important that I was putting something good inside my body. My body was breaking and I needed to build it back up again. So anyway, I saw a gap. I saw an opportunity to provide really high quality CBD that I could take every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I feel great.
So what was your first product?
My first product was a tincture oil.
Okay.
And then we launched a higher concentration tincture oil. And then I had a spray. And then I had the roll-on. And then we did the cream. I did a line of skincare, which it was just a passion project because I love products. I wanted to be a dermatologist when I was a young girl, but you know, that's been a challenge. That line has been a challenge. I personally use it. I probably won't continue to manufacture it, but I just love it. You know, I try to offer products that I love, but also that the market, that people, the consumers are buying. And they're not really buying my CBD skincare line, and that's okay. Moving on. You live and you learn.
Well, and that's part of being an entrepreneur, right? We're listeners by trade, and we have to listen to what the market says.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to throw some spaghetti.
That's right,
honey. Yes. So going back to your why, so we know that it was a health journey. Walk us through so you have this epiphany. You're like, I'm going to start this business. What then? What happened next?
Well, I had a ton of questions. The one thing I'm really good at, not feeling bad about asking a ton of questions. So I spoke with growers. I spoke with manufacturers. I read every clinical study that I could get my hands on when it came to CBD. So I really educated myself in the process, the extraction process, the growing process. And so that's when I partnered and paired with the best growers, the best manufacturers, and created this line. And the challenging part, though, was actually finding CBD friendly platforms. I had to rebuild my website 3 times.
So I want to talk about that.
Yes, I had to find 2 different merchant accounts. I got kicked off. I'm currently kicked off at Venmo because I run and own a CBD company. Finding a CBD friendly bank account. I mean, it took a lot of hurdles.
Well, which you're still running that race, right? So it's not just, and that's what I want people to understand. This is not just about launching a product in a company. What Jenny has done is she's disrupting a system that is so broken right now.
Absolutely. You know, I like to say, I'm not just selling products. I'm building the standard for CBD of what it is and what it should be.
And how you should be able to transact on it. Right. So, I mean, so explain to our listeners the challenges. So from banking to transaction? Explain exactly what you're challenged with.
Yes. So the challenge was to find a business bank account, as simple as that, to put the money that is made into a bank from CBD sales.
Right.
So, again, that took months and months and months. And there were vultures in the CBD industry that was preying off people like me, trying to find a bank account that would charge thousands and thousands of dollars to pair you up with a CBD friendly bank. I mean, there was a lot of vultures it was wild.
And the banking situation was mostly because of the federal guarantees, the FDIC, right? If it was an FDIC bank, it wouldn't allow.
Yes.
Okay.
And what happens is it's a high, for some reason, CBD is a high risk commodity,
which is so interesting.
Why it's high risk, you got to play by the rules.
But how is it different than any other pharmaceutical? And I know it's not a pharmaceutical, but it's how is it being? It's so interesting to me, like this whole industry.
I swear, I think I pay high risk fees on my CBD than anybody pays on THC.
100% you do.
Yeah, and that's really interesting too, because as THC has become legal in different states and cities, it seems like there's a dispensary popping up on every block, and it's like, how are they doing it? But CBD is still regulated.
Exactly. And I like to say the challenges reinforce my mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
To keep offering and fighting for pure, high quality CBD and make it more accessible and easy to use.
Are there, associations or groups that are lobbying for CBD, or is there like a leader in the CBD industry that's working to try to change things?
Yes. And also it's tied with hemp too. There's a CBD and kind of hemp movement. But everything's so slow.
Right.
Everything takes so much time, a lot of money.
Right.
So we do what we can within the confines that we have. And hopefully as time goes on, it won't be such a challenge. But if it weren't such a challenge, it'd be easy to get products on the market.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I do have to tell you. One of the reasons why I was like driven to really bring good quality products to the market is because, again, I was talking with my hairdresser years and years ago, and she's like, "Yeah, I get my CBD. I buy from this guy in West Virginia. He makes it in his house." And I'm thinking, how did that product make it to market?
Right.
That is so
there's a lot of people doing things on the down low, but I am so straight and and
you're
by the books
rule
and
follower.
I'm such a rule follower my whole life.
Which is so rule follower.
I can't help it.
But what an industry to find yourself in as a rule follower and as a person that really needs that kind of permission.
Yes.
I mean, I find that really commendable that you've chosen this.
And I've really had to trust myself, trust my mission, believe my voice.
Yes. Yes.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Yeah. You learn a lot through entrepreneurship and, growing a business. And what I've learned is personal growth goes right alongside business growth.
Agreed.
It's been a wonderful lesson for me.
So who are your advocates? Like who helps you kind of get the things done that you need to get done?
I'm really pretty self-motivated. I'm kind of on an island.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship can be somewhat isolating within my own CBD space, but I can't tell you outside of the CBD space how many amazing female owners and founders I have met in St. Louis. St.Louis has amazing women that are doing amazing things. I co-chair this organization called the Women's Business Owners Roundtable, and it's a bunch of founders, and we all get together. We meet and share what's working, what's not. My industry is somewhat niche, and a lot of them don't face the challenges I do, but we're all facing challenges. Yeah. And what we've learned together is just stay resilient. Stay in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so interesting to me because I find, first of all, women support women. We are really good to each other. As much as we can be bad to each other, when it counts, we are really there for each other and show up. The St. Louis entrepreneurial community, men and women, is just like unlike any other entrepreneurial community. I think it's
and
so
you guys
incredible.
are here to support and uplift. It's so wonderful what you guys are doing.
Oh,
thanks,
girl.
sweet.
I think it's just motivating to be surrounded by people like yourself that are walking the same walk and talking the same talk. And entrepreneurship can be isolating. It can be very like you feel like you're on your own island. But what I've found, at least from being in other business groups, is that when you're surrounded by other women, there's just like this inherent, I don't want to call it a sisterhood because that sounds kind of cheesy, but like it's this inherent feeling that you get that you've got advocates that you can call anytime. And that they understand what you're going through.
Absolutely. It is a true ripple effect.
Yeah, I agree. So tell us, let's walk back again to your marketing. So when you launched Recommend, how many years ago?
We actually launched in November of 2019. So we're coming up on an anniversary. And so talk about challenges. We launched in 2019 and then the global pandemic hit pretty quickly right after. So I had to really change my marketing plans and ideas. But, it was a challenge, but it was somewhat okay because it was wonderful to provide a product that helped with anxiety that people could just go online and it could be mailed right to their house.
I was just going to say that kind of probably worked in your favor a little bit because people were on their phones, on their computers, paying more attention, slowing down. It probably gave people an opportunity to learn a little bit about you. So how did you market? Because marketing is such a challenge for CBD and THC.
Yeah, because we are restricted. We can't have sponsored ads on Facebook and so we can't be, on Google. We can't have like sponsored ads on Google. Very restricted. So we really, it's kind of grassroots.
It's old school.
It's old school. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. We did a lot of pop-ups, we did social media. I can't tell you how many products I gave away. Same. You just have to work hard and you have to, word of mouth has always been so wonderful for us. So just pop-ups and connecting. Social media and social media, it's a love-hate relationship, right? And I tried for a while to be like, do we really need it? Let's just take a break and see what happens. But we need it.
Unfortunately, I think it is one of those devils in the whatever. I don't know how you say that. I don't know what the word is, but man, it can be a struggle.
But you know what? It's great. It's creative. It gets eyeballs on the product.
Right. That's so interesting.
So when you started in 2019, you had one product.
I started out with like 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Okay.
And it was such a learning curve. In the beginning, it was excitement and it was passion, but yet it was also how it's like work learning on the fly. A lot of it was really changing as we were going. Not knowing the restrictions at the time.
There probably wasn't really a map because there weren't many people out there doing it the way that you're doing it now.
Right. And I wanted to set my products apart from what was currently on the market. A lot of times the CBD was actually marketed closely to THC. They had bright colors, and I'd seen Grateful Dead bears on CBD products and stuff like that. But mine, I wanted it to be a more respected, recommended. Yes, we went for a modern apothecary look. I had an amazing designer on the team.
The packaging's everything, right?
Yes, it is.
It really does kind of set the tone for the product.
And I really drove home the founding story because I feel like consumers really care about why a company exists. Because back when I first started, it was the wild, wild west. There were so many companies coming in trying to make a quick buck
Mhm.
in this booming CBD industry, and a lot of them are gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's probably why you've had so much success, is because you've stayed true to your mission and true to your goal to
and
be able
brand.
in your brand
Yep.
to be able to provide premium products.
Yes.
We're getting ready to take a break. This is such an interesting conversation. And we're going to come back with Jenny in just a few minutes and talk more about her why and kind of how she's doing it all.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy
Okay. So you heard, you can find us at luinfo.com if you look up our podcast. And there are multiple podcasts that we recommend, all of them. Go listen. They're really good and entertaining. Pretty much anything you need to learn about, you can learn on this station. You can also find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. This will be up. This particular session episode will be up on the website, I think, later this afternoon. Is that right, Ryan? Yeah.
Yes, it should be up around 11:30 at 12 o'clock would be the latest.
Awesome. And then you can also follow us on Instagram at CoFound Hers. And if you're listening live, we do have a text line. It's 314-590-3770. You can text us anytime. We may not be here. But we'll answer you at some point. Ryan will let us know and we'll answer you. So we're here with Jenny with Recommend, and we're talking CBD and all the things and her starting the business. What I kind of want to understand, because we're sitting here listening to her talk and she's brilliant, first of all.
So good.
So smart. What's your background?
So
what did you study?
Yeah. So I was always interested in the body and how it works.
Mhm.
I actually I moved here from Pennsylvania to attend college here in St. Louis. I was in the physical therapy program.
Oh,
Okay.
no kidding.
So after I graduated physical therapy school, I actually moved out to California and I further did additional studies, and I specialized in orthopedic bracing.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It's in the orthotic and prosthetic
Mhm.
industry. So if you have the limb and it's not working right, you need a brace. And if you don't have the limb, you need a prosthesis. So I was in the orthotic and prosthetic
Wow.
industry, and then got my MBA. I always knew I wanted to own something. Not that I have a problem with authority, but but I don't have a problem with authority if it's a competent, nice leader.
Isn't that true?
Yes.
Yes.
I think we're all
I would agree. Yes. High five that.
But really, so I had this amazing background in the body. I had this amazing business background, and this was when I got sick and I discovered CBD. It really was like a light switch.
Yeah.
Like, this is it.
Yeah.
I want to help people feel and live better. When your mission is personal,
Mhm.
you can get through all the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
It can really ground you and center you.
Mhm.
So it was just a perfect pairing.
Yeah, I think that what you just said that's it. Like, when you find that thing that grounds you, do it. Just go.
Right.
Like, don't pass.
And this was my way. I literally was put on this earth to help people feel better.
Yeah, I love
And,
that.
and this is how I'm doing it.
I love that. What did you want to be when you were little?
Well, I wanted to be a dermatologist.
Oh, that's
Okay.
so fun. Which is
You
why you
know,
love skincare.
That's why I love
Yeah,
skincare. I
yeah.
love skincare.
Yeah.
It's such a passion project for me. I wanted to be a dermatologist, and then I wanted to be a physical therapist, but as I was learning it and doing it, I was
Yeah.
like, I cannot do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It just wasn't something that would sustain my happiness
Right.
forever.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which, you have to be passionate. You have to want to get up in the morning and
Yes.
do your job, right? Okay, so you have a family.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
Oh man. So I have the most wonderful and amazing supportive husband.
That's awesome.
Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Yes.
Way to go, Scott.
Yeah, he's great. Actually, you know what? He was the one that really first suggested CBD because he's a physician and he had some patients coming to him again back in the day, not knowing what CBD was. He was like, I
Right.
have these people, asking me about CBD. So he was researching at the time. He's like, why don't you look into it? I was like, oh my gosh, that would maybe help me.
Yeah.
That's really what the impetus was. But
Wow.
and then I have two amazing boys. I love them
Aw.
so much.
Yeah.
They really keep me grounded.
Yeah, for real.
So I have Hayden, who is 14, a freshman in high school, and Levi, who's in 6th grade.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, they're busy.
Yeah, so busy.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's
Yeah,
so fun. That's
yeah.
awesome. So how has your family kind of embraced and helped you get this started?
You know-
'Cause it's a family affair.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I kind of have a heartbreaking story about that. But because, in the very beginning, I was working all the time. And
Yeah.
it was really on my mind a lot. And obviously my boys are my priority and I would sacrifice anything for them. But there was a moment years ago where my older son said to me, Mom, you love your company more than you love us. Knife in the heart.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, so my family keeps me in perspective,
Yeah.
you know? So I kind of was like, gosh, I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Why am I giving that message off
To
to
my kids.
him?
You know,
So I really had to step back and look from their perspective.
Right.
I love that though. You know, you actually just spurred something and I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No.
but you know, my kid literally, and I tell Angela this, he literally fires Angela and I daily. He's like, you
Every
guys
day.
are fired. You are fired. You need to stop. You need to stop working so much. But it really resonates with me what you just said. And it could be any job, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's just that
So
reminder.
because being a founder, an owner, an entrepreneur, it's hard to turn off. You can
Yes,
work all day long, all night long.
Mm-hmm.
So it really gave me boundaries and it really put in perspective, okay, if they're off doing their own thing and their homework, that's the time that I can get. So I find pockets because I can work all the time.
Right.
But
right.
I find better pockets. And I do less things on the weekend now.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of times it was in the very beginning, it was building and building and building. And you were working on the weekends.
Yeah.
And, I don't, and actually that's the luxury of owning something. You can pick and choose when to step in and step out.
Right. Right.
And based upon what my family needs.
Angela's laughing and looking at me.
Ladies, it's a balance.
Yeah,
you got to keep it balanced.
We have no boundaries.
It's really bad.
Oh man.
No, but I love that though.
Yeah.
And the fact that you saw that or he saw that. And it's
Yeah.
like, what do they always say? From the mouth of
From
babes.
the mouth of babes.
They
Wow.
see it really the way that it's clear.
That was so eye-opening. I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
And they're the only ones that are going to really tell us
Correct.
that that pair of pants doesn't look good on us.
Yes.
You know, like
Yes.
they're truly, our kids are the ones that really kind of help us stay grounded, to
Yeah.
your point.
And my husband, he's so awesome. And he just wants me happy.
Yeah.
And he knows
Oh, I
I'm
love
happy
that.
when I'm busy.
I
That's
love that.
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh.
So do you have a staff?
Girl,
You
I
are the
wear
staff?
every hat.
Uh-huh.
I do it all.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and it's an issue with me. It's a control issue with
Yeah.
me.
Uh-huh.
You know, I want my hands on everything.
Yeah.
I wear many hats. I mean, from packaging to marketing to IT to coding to building websites,
Yeah.
to social media, I do it all.
So impressive.
Because it's like this baby I want to nurture.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not ready for it to leave the
nest.
nest yet.
100%.
But I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Good.
So that is a great segue too, to just talk about time management
Yeah.
in
Yes.
general. Like how, with wearing so many hats, how do you set your priorities and how do you really take a look at it to make sure that you're accomplishing it? Because I can imagine that some of it, this has all been self-taught in some ways.
Yes. Well, what I know, I feel like you need to know when you work the best.
Mhm.
My best working hours are in the morning.
Okay.
Mhm.
My mom knows not to call me in the morning. My husband knows, like I have dedicated hours
Right.
where I know this is where I'm most productive.
Mhm.
And then I do have time where I need to get out. I need to move my body. I need to reset.
Mhm.
I'm obsessed with tennis right now.
Oh,
Okay.
So that
Love.
time is used on tennis.
Mhm.
And then also a really important aspect of this is rest. If I'm building something sustainable, I need to make sure I'm rested, I'm moving, and I'm productive.
Right.
So it is a balance, but I find it because I don't feel guilty saying, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now.
Mhm.
I'm working.
Mhm.
I don't feel bad saying no. I think that's maybe one of my superpowers is I don't feel bad saying no.
That is
That's-
a superpower.
that
Yeah.
is.
It really
Because I can say
is.
yes to the things that I really can
Yeah.
and want to do.
Yeah. And then you show up with enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so
No.
interesting. So you're running the business, you're running the household,
Mhm.
you have these two amazing kids that are
Mhm.
part of it. What's next?
Gosh, that is such a great question. I hope to get my products in more brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a goal of mine.
Mhm.
Okay.
I hope, now this is a big dream, but why not dream big?
Yeah.
I want to maybe get a partnership with, either US squash or USTA or something like that. I have a lot of international professional squash players using my product.
Oh, wow.
So I love to do something with US squash.
That's
It's a
great.
sport that my family is really into, and it's been so enriching to all of our lives. So I would love to do some type of a partnership with like USDA because I'm obsessed.
Yes.
US squash and more brick and mortar. So there's goals. But what I've learned through this journey is it takes time.
Yes.
And this is my motto: little by little, a little becomes a lot. So as long as I'm doing a little bit, it all adds up.
Yeah,
it does.
It really does. Those are good goals, and you just put them out in the universe.
Yep,
So
that's right.
Let's
Let's see
manifest
what
this,
happens.
girl. Let's manifest this. That's awesome. Do you have a dream athlete that you'd like to work with?
Oh my gosh, that's such a great question. I would say Trinity Rodman.
There we go. Put it out.
She's so amazing.
Put it out.
I don't know if she'd ever be wanting to
Are you listening,
roll on some
Trinity?
roll on, but I think she's amazing.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
It's not
Go
Or
ahead.
U.S.
I was
soccer.
gonna-
So in U.S.
Yeah,
soccer,
yeah,
boy, that's
yeah.
shooting big. But
Holy
U.S. soccer,
smokes.
that'd be
That'd be
amazing.
amazing.
But that's great though. It's like it is a big industry, but you've narrowed it down. And I think that with to be niche, that's where you get the success. Is where
Right.
you're not always going to be for everybody, but
Right.
who are you for?
Yes.
And then go deep.
Right.
And it's aligning what I'm personally interested in.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
always have to be in alignment.
Yeah, I agree with that. What is one thing you learned from this journey that you feel you wish you would have known earlier?
Oh my gosh. Off the top of my head, I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
But the one thing that comes to mind is just trusting myself.
Yes.
I feel like I was really good at doubting myself.
Mhm.
I was really good at being hard on myself.
Mhm.
This journey, knowing what I've kind of overcome and all of the challenges, boy, I really trust myself.
Good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Did you ever struggle with imposter syndrome? You seem so confident
You
to me.
know, I not really.
Okay.
For some reason, that I feel like I'm so hard on myself
Yeah.
Mhm.
that for some reason isn't an issue.
It doesn't allow the imposter to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm so hard on myself.
Well, 'cause
My
you hold
husband will
yourself
say,
up.
my
Yeah.
husband will say, gosh, not only are you hard on yourself, you're really unfair to yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
I
so
know somebody like that.
Who would that be?
I'm looking at my partner, Angela. I think it's an interesting, that's a trait that it can serve you really well, or it
Yeah.
can be your worst enemy,
And-
depending on the day.
I feel like I've always been
Just today.
I feel like I've always been confident in saying, I don't understand that, or
Yeah.
asking questions.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
I've never had a problem with being like, gosh, can you explain that again?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
So I've never shied away from being, what's happening here?
Right.
Like, I don't get it.
Right. Right.
That's great though. You have an assertiveness to you
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
makes you challenge and
Yeah.
question everything, which
Yeah.
is smart.
Yeah. I love a good challenge.
Is
Mhm.
your industry female or male driven?
It is male dominated.
Yeah.
It's male dominated. But I feel like being a woman, again, there's strength in it because I can lead in this male dominated industry with empathy and clarity and high
Mhm.
standards. So
Right.
it's
the
it's a
attributes
strength.
that a female typically
Mhm.
has, which probably is missing.
yes, yes.
So industry wide, is it growing? Is it contracting? What's your thought?
You
on
know what?
that?
It's still booming.
Yeah.
It's still hot.
Yeah.
I do have to say it's still fragmented,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but I see so much potential. And
Yeah.
it's the standard that I'm trying to build because I see the industry again going from trend to a more respected,
Mhm.
integrated health ally.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
really feel like in the future, it's going to be a more respected product.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, have you noticed since THC has become more legalized in different ways that it has helped the CBD market?
You know, a little bit it has. And I'm surprised though that the THC dispensaries aren't also flooded with CBD.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they would have been more of a help, more of an ally on that.
And
but
they're
they
not?
really haven't. No, I mean, I've
that's so
tried to get into
interesting.
some of these
Yeah,
dispensaries,
yeah.
but then I have to look at my why and look at my mission. Like, do I want to align with THC?
Right.
I mean, it is kind of a different
Right.
thing. So do I want to be there? Do I
Right.
not want to be there? But I thought once all these dispensaries on every corner,
Right.
they were going to be having THC, or they were going to be having CBD, but they really, really haven't. But it has opened people's eyes and lessened judgment on the idea of plant-based products.
Right. What is your main source of distribution right now?
So we have a fulfillment center here in St. Louis. So we dispense all of our products from there. I mean, I have some things in my house. I have so many friends being like, "Hey, do you have this?" I was like, it's all kind of in my fulfillment center.
I think I might have called you once and asked you, "Do you have any gummies? My mother-in-law needs them."
Yeah, which is fine because sometimes I do, but I like to have a streamline. I am all about efficiency. I love efficiency, and I love a process, and I love a streamlined process. So I kind of mark it up when I have products in my house, like, you know, everything goes through the fulfillment center.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had another question and now I just forgot it, but it was really important. So I'll think of it later and I'll probably text you or email you. But I think we've kind of come to the place where we like to do a little bit of rapid fire. Angela's a big fan of rapid fire.
I love a rapid
Gosh,
fire.
I do too. I just never
know.
been on this end of it.
All right. You ready, girl?
I am.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea. 100%. I have tea every day. I don't drink coffee.
Do you have a favorite tea?
I love this vanilla tea.
Ooh.
Or there's a caramel vanilla tea. It's a black tea. It's so good.
Oat milk in your tea?
No. I do Vital Protein unflavored collagen.
Yeah.
And then I do, okay, this is my tea in the morning, ladies.
Yeah.
I have my vanilla tea, my collagen. Then I do a sugar-free vanilla. And then I top it off with a sprinkle of turmeric.
Ooh.
And sometimes cinnamon if I feel like.
That's a nice
cinnamon-y.
little.
That is nice.
Oh,
A little spicy.
Yes, every morning.
Oh yeah, and that's so. I mean, the turmeric is so good. I never, it's one of those things that I want to integrate it into my life, but I'm
sprinkle it on that black tea.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
It's hard. This story is real.
Best book that you've read ever?
You know, I am currently reading it, and I'm absolutely in love with it. This is an old but goodie. The Last Lecture. Do you guys remember that book?
Mm-mm.
The Last Lecture. He was a professor, and he was giving his lecture. He was dying, and it was his life. Yeah, I really, it's really heartbreaking, but really, really, really good. I'm currently reading it.
Okay, The Last Lecturer.
The Last Lecture. The Last Lecture.
All right,
Okay.
we're gonna put that on our book list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's an easy, short read.
Are you a reader or a listener to books?
I'm more of a podcast listener.
Okay. What are your favorite
I
podcasts?
love podcasts. When I'm cleaning, I love How I Built This.
Yes.
Mhm.
You guys know
Guy-
that one?
with Guy Raz.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Armchair Expert. Do you
Ooh,
guys know that
Love
with Dax Shepard?
Oh my God, Dax
Oh,
is like
Dax.
my. I love him
Yes.
so much.
You know why I love it so much? I love the vulnerability.
Mhm.
I love it when people are real.
Mhm.
Do you know he had this, and you probably listened to this? There was an episode, oh my gosh, it had to be last summer, where he was talking about being a man and, being a mother of two boys.
Yes.
He talks a lot, and I love this about him. He talks a lot about, how boys are raised in this system that shows them that they have to be macho. And he goes, I lived that angry macho life for a long time until I think he had his kids. And then he finally realized like that macho, like we're pushing our boys into this persona that they don't need to be in.
Right.
Like,
He is
why are we
so
doing
open.
this?
He is
He's
so
open.
vulnerable.
Mhm.
The things he talks about and shares.
I love it.
Really impressive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. And
it's really good.
especially like being, like I said, being a mother of boys, I think he brings a perspective on parenthood that is really
100%.
cool to listen to, but he also does other things that I find so fascinating.
Yes.
Do you listen to his conspiracy theory?
No.
podcast?
No.
I'll turn you on to
Oh,
that
I don't know
too.
that one. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He partners with his podcast partner, the gal. I can't remember what her name is, but
yeah, Monica Padman.
Monica. And they do a special like conspiracy theory podcast where they kind of unpack all the theories that are out there.
Oh,
like
wow.
they did one on QAnon and all the other like really like stuff that's out there. Let me just put it that way. And they unpack it. I will. It's so good.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Sorry. Keep going.
No. So we know you love tennis.
Yes.
What if you had a perfect day?
Oh my gosh.
With nothing on the calendar, right? Yeah. What would you do?
Okay, so I'd sleep in. Let me tell you how much I love sleep. I prioritize sleep. I would sleep in. I would probably do yoga. I used to do yoga all the time. I haven't had a chance to do yoga, so I'd definitely do yoga. I play tennis. I'd hang out with my family. I would be with my boys. I would just do whatever they want.
Aww.
Just be in their presence.
Just the yes day.
Yes, exactly.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'd have sushi for dinner.
Yes.
and go to bed early.
And lunch.
Yes.
What time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up?
Okay, so I try to go to bed at 10.
Okay.
I try to go to bed. 9:30 would be perfect and ideal,
Mhm.
but and it usually what it is. And I wake up at 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normal morning routine?
You know what? My boys will probably kill me saying this, but I still wake up my boys in the morning.
Yes.
My older one is kind of waking up with an alarm now, but I really don't want him to because I still want to. I wake up my boys. I do my tea.
Isn't that your favorite thing? I love waking up my son.
Don't even feel bad. My mom still wakes me up, and I wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, that made me feel so much
I
better.
I have an alarm. I wake up before her, and she'll still try to come in and wake me up.
That is
It's
really
an alarm,
sweet.
knowing I'm already up.
I love that.
Oh, that is really sweet. I'm so glad you shared that because
Ryan loves his mom. Like I have this guy, the pride he has in his mother. It just gives me hope for my own.
Gosh, I hope my boys have that similar sentiment.
Exactly. All right. Well, we've reached the end of our time with Jenny, and there's so many more things to say. But where can we find you, Jenny?
Yes.
Real quick.
Oh, yes. Okay. So recommend. We're on social media, RxCommend. My website, recommend.com. You can email me anytime at JD for Jenny Dembiec at recommend.com. I have a personal Instagram, Jenny
Awesome.
Dembiec.
And we'll share everything on ours. And you guys will, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at CoFound Hers. And that's it for this week.
Thank you so much for having me.
Jenny.
I'm
So
honored.
good to
We
be with
loved
you.
having you here. All right. Bye, St.
Bye.
Louis.
St. Louis's